everybody, it's Sarah with Made in Minutes, and today my special guest is Debbie, the Whiskey Mistress. We are going to learn all about Irish whiskey, and we're going to do a fun cocktail called the Whiskey Kiss.
It's my signature.
We've been planning this for a very long time. I think she's so knowledgeable and such a light to be around, and she knows a ton about Irish whiskey as well. Why Irish whiskey is so special?
Irish whiskey is what I believe. I believe this is the best category of whiskey to start if you've taken an interest in whiskey and want to sort of delve into that.
Oh, great.
The Irish whiskeys tend to be exceptionally light and exceptionally smooth. They are, of course, by definition, whiskeys made in Ireland. And they have to be distilled at least 3 times.
Wow.
But they also use the Irish spring water, which has a very low mineral content. And when you change the mineral content of the water, you change what the yeast is going to do. And that's one of the reasons that the Irish whiskeys are so exceptionally smooth.
Oh my gosh.
Don't be afraid to go for the lower priced ones. You'll find that the Irish whiskeys are generally very, very affordable. This particular one runs about $20. A couple of other big names like Jameson's. 2 Gingers is also a very nice one to start with.
Oh.
It is probably the smoothest of the bunch. And if you taste 2 or 3 of them side by side, you'll be able to see the differences, the subtle differences between them, and get an idea for what the Irish whiskeys are all about in general.
And can we taste them just over ice? Do you recommend tasting them with water? How do you recommend them be tasted? If we're doing just whiskey tasting specifically.
Then what I recommend is no ice. Because when you make a beverage cold, you actually inhibit your ability to taste it. So what I recommend doing is pouring a little bit in a glass and making sure to smell it, much like you would a wine. You nose it. And then once you've done that, add a little bit of water to it. And I mean about a half a teaspoon or so, because whiskeys have these glycol components to them. It's a big long chemical name, but they're glycol components, and they mask the aromas of whiskey, much like an oily film sits on top of water. And when you add just that little bit of water, it breaks through the surface tension of those glycols and releases the aromas. So add a little water, then nose it again, and then when you go to taste it, hold it in your mouth 4 or 5 seconds before you swallow it. That is the key to having the most enjoyment, the best flavor, the best finish, with no burn.
Now I'm always going to just hold my bourbons and my whiskeys in my mouth for 4 to 5 seconds.
And you'll think about me.
So, Debbie is going to make the Whiskey Kiss for us now, and she's been so kind to share the recipe. All of that will be in the description box below, including your homemade grenadine.
My homemade grenadine. No longer will you have to buy that big bright red bottle. Alright, you only need 3 ingredients for this cocktail. You need a good Irish whiskey, some of my homemade grenadine, and some pineapple juice, which I don't juice my own pineapples. But you're going to start off, put a little ice in your mixing tin.
Gotcha.
Then add 2 good measures of your whiskey.
And that's about, you said 2 ounces or?
2.5 to 3.
Ah.
Yeah, it's not called a whiskey kiss for nothing. It is the holidays coming up, folks.
Absolutely.
1 good measure of this scrumptious homemade grenadine. And then about 4 ounces or so of pineapple juice.
So easy.
It really is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake it vigorously. And you won't often see me shake a cocktail vigorously because I don't want to water it down. I don't want to bruise the cocktail. But this one, I'm going to shake vigorously, and you'll see why. There we go. Because when I shake this one vigorously, I'm going to pour the entire contents of the mixing tin into my glass. And you'll see it gets this beautiful frothy head. And look at that color.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Especially for the holidays.
Now it's time for the taste test. Let's go ahead and cheers it up.
I have a toast. I have an Irish toast to share with you.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It's a toast that you do with a bad accent. So here we go. There are good ships and wood ships that sail across the seas. But the best ships are friendships, and may it ever be. Sláinte.
Sláinte. That is so sweet. Debbie.
Just that little kiss of whiskey flavor, and not too sweet.
It's got a nice acidity, very, very well balanced. This is delicious.
I brought a whole bottle of whiskey.
Thank you so much for sharing all of this with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And Debbie, where can we find you?
You can follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to check out my webpage, thewhiskeymistress.com. That's whiskey with an E.
And if you liked what you saw today and you want Debbie to come back, please like and comment below. Give us a thumbs up. Again, everything will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.